Hey everybody, my name is Rick and thank you so much for watching and welcome to Canyon Vlog number 5. If you're new here, you can check out video 1 through 4 and I cover a variety of topics, basically from the ordering process to why I chose the size I did and basically everything to get us to this point here in video 5. So check those out. I'll put a link in the description. And if you have questions or comments or you have video suggestions for the Canyon, you can leave those below and you can also email me, which you'll find down there too. We're going to cover basically 4 things today. And the first one, I want to talk a little bit again about the ordering process and whether or not you can exchange the bar and stem when you buy the bike. I had another email from someone from Europe that was giving me some suggestions on that. Secondly, we're going to talk about my tire apocalypse over the last couple of weeks. I've basically lost 3 tires, partially because of how cruddy the roads are right now from all the rain that we've had, and there's just stuff all over them, and partially because I probably can't see as well as I used to, and I just hit some rocks that I probably could have missed in the past. I don't know. I'm getting old, what can I tell you? And then third, we're going to talk about the little handlebar rattle that I mentioned. I think it was in the first video, and it's kind of carried on because I really hadn't addressed it until just the other day, and I think I finally figured out what was causing that, so we're going to talk about that. And then finally, I'm going to take some time and just share some of the videos I've taken over the last couple of weeks on different rides I've been on, giving you a glimpse around Tucson and again what the roads look like, how much rain we've had, how green it is around here right now. It's absolutely incredible. It's hard to describe. We haven't had we haven't had this much rain in a really long time, and it's actually, we're getting really close to breaking the record for the most rain ever. Mount Lemmon, which I mention all the time, which is, if you're not familiar, is about 26 miles of climbing, averages about 5%. Obviously, it has some steeper grades than that in places, and then it has some downhill as well. But they've had 30 inches plus up there. So right now, the waterfalls are rolling, and it's almost like Colorado when you're riding up there. It's really beautiful right now and absolutely incredible. And we are incredibly blessed to have that as a place to train around here. It's awesome. With all that said, let's get started with the first topic and see what we can get into. In my very first video, I mentioned during the ordering process that talking with Canyon, they were saying essentially that once you buy a bike and you have it at home, the only way to change out your bar and stem is essentially to buy a new one from them, and then if you want to, sell your old one on your own, and that's how you can get that figured out. Obviously, there's a lot of issues when you can't ride a bike before you buy it, and if you look at Canyon's website, under small, medium, large, extra large, they basically have set bar and stem combinations that they put on each frame set. So I had some concerns with the medium versus the small, and I went into that in other videos, but basically they told me that that was how it works. You basically have to buy a new bar and stem and send, and then sell your other one. I've now heard from 2 people. I just heard from someone the other day who, when they were actually ordering the bike, that Canyon did swap out their bar and stem from them. Now both these folks, I believe, were from Europe, so I'm not 100% sure. So to clarify, if you're buying a Canyon and you want a different bar and stem, just give them a call. They're really cool on the phone, and it takes like 10 minutes of waiting to talk to somebody, at least when I talk to them. So, but it sounds like they did switch out their bar and stem for them before the bike was shipped. So that's cool. That's awesome. And thank you so much to you guys who emailed me and let me know that. I really appreciate it. Hopefully that's helpful to you if you're still kind of in the ordering process or trying to decide what you want to do. Canyon does call their bar and stem or measure them a little bit differently. So I talk about that, and I think in my last video and pretty much all the videos. So check those out if you want some hints on that. But anyway, that should cover that for now. So hopefully that clarifies any questions you might have about the way that works. The second topic I wanted to cover today is my tire apocalypse. And for those of you who've been riding road bikes for a long time, whether you're riding tubeless or whether you're riding with tubes, most likely more with tubes, you've gone through periods where you just get a ton of flats, or you trash a couple of tires that are brand new and it's just like, what the heck is going on? You feel like you're cursed. So that's basically what's been going on with me since I switched to tubeless. These are the tires that came on the bike. Very beautifully riding tires. I think more probably a race tire. These are Schwalbe Pro 1 tubeless ready tires that they sent with the bike. And just after a few rides, when they came with tubes, I got a few flats, and I didn't have very many miles on these tires, and it's probably hard to see, but the tire's already flattened out in the middle, so they're not a long-lasting tire. And I got quite a few nicks and stuff in the rubber very quickly. So I switched these to tubeless because they are tubeless ready, as are the wheels, and they ride fantastic, no complaints there. But I did get a very large hole in one of them. I don't remember what I hit now. And so I decided, all right, these are really kind of more of a race tire, so I'm gonna purchase something that maybe will last a little bit longer. I went to the LBS, I got some Specialized S-Works Turbo or Turbo S, I can't remember what they're called. Basically 80 bucks a tire here. And that's pretty much all they had in stock at the time. They were 26 wide. I would like to have a 28, but anyway, it was 26 wide. A week into riding those, I clipped a rock with the sidewall. There was a little bit of rocks in a shadow at the top of this hill. Tried to miss those, must have clipped another rock that was there. Again, the roads are in terrible condition. And blew that sidewall out, it wouldn't seal. So I ended up buying another tire, went back, got the same tire, stuck that on. Literally 2 rides later, I'm on Mount Lemmon after a big storm, ran over, it was a monster thorn, and it wouldn't seal again. When I came home and checked out the tire, it was toast. There's no way it was gonna seal. I mean, I probably could have put something inside of it to protect it, to keep it from leaking, but it's not worth it. I don't want to get stranded again. So that is why, at this point, I'm actually back on these Schwalbe ones, which are regular tires with tubes. And I actually love these tires. I had them on the shelf for a while. I usually buy them in bulk from a certain store when they're on sale. And I have these on the bike right now, so I'm riding these. And of course, these were not immune either from my apocalypse tire situation. I was on another ride, car right next to me in the bike lane, maybe this wide, and there was just basically glass all over the bike lane. It's almost like somebody purposefully threw a bottle or something in the bike lane. And I must have hit a big chunk of glass because I had a slit in my tire that was no kidding, this big. Grabbed another one off the shelf, and this is where we're at right now. I've had 3 rides with no issues with my tires, and I shouldn't say that, knock on wood. Just finished a 53-mile ride this morning, and I really do like these Schwalbes. I think they're really nice tires. What I have done in talking with my buddy at work, who's a really good rider, racer, etc., he's been running tubeless for years, and they make kits that are essentially like filling a hole in a road tire, and they have those little sticky, I don't even know what they're called, plugs or whatever, and it comes with different ways to clean the hole up that you have in your tubeless. You stick this thing in, pull it out, and it basically sticks in there and fills the hole, and then you can use CO2 and fill it back up, and the slime or whatever juice you have inside your tire will fill the hole, and you're good to go. So I have one of those on order. It should be here in a couple days. Once I get those, I'll probably switch back over to tubeless, just because around here, generally without all this rain, you usually get small little thorns where it just barely puts a hole in your tube. And so you have all these tubes that get flat over silly little holes. And the tubeless are really going to be great for that once I kind of get off my curse completely. So anyway, that's why I'm running standard tires right now. In my first video, I talked about having one of the issues I was having with the bike, besides the little saddle squeak that we got figured out, or seat post squeak. I was having a rattle in the handlebar area somewhere, and I've kind of ignored it up to this point. I don't know how long I've had the bike now, a couple months, about 2,500 miles now. Finally, the other day, I took some time and took the tape off. I needed to retape it anyway. It was a little bit loose just from all the being so moist and wet all the time lately. And I took a look under here, as you can see in the video, and just checked out the cables to see are the cables possibly a culprit for why I'm getting some rattling up here? Because that's kind of what I was thinking. As you can see, there's the cables come through and there's a little plate there. And when I first got the bike, those were a little bit loose. I had tightened those up already. But in my opinion, that is not the issue. It's definitely not the headset. Seems like I read in at least one article that there was some issues with Canyon headsets. I have not been able to find that article since, but it is not my headset. And I think today I finally figured it out. And what I'm pretty sure it is actually is the shifter is rattling back and forth against the brake caliper on uneven roads here in town, which is kind of broken tarmac is what it is. You can see maybe in the video that these move independently here, and they rattle a little bit. And the way I figured that out is basically when the rattle would start today, as I was holding the bars, I just put my fingers up like this and put pressure on it, and basically took away about 90% of the noise. So for now, I'm pretty certain that that's what has been causing it. If you guys have any experience with that, Canyon owners, let me know what you're thinking. Or if you guys have SRAM Red ETAP or ETAP in general, let me know if you get any kind of chatter out of these guys on uneven roads. So I was kind of happy to finally figure that out, and there's really not much you can do about it. It's just kind of the design here, so have to live with that. And again, it only happens on kind of unbroken or broken up pavement. That's just not very good. So finally, I wanted to share some of the video I've taken while out on some of my rides lately to give you an idea of what our roads look like right now, how green it is around here, and just how much rain we've had. So in July, we had a record amount of rain, which I talk a little bit about in one of my clips. And it looks like we are just a few inches, maybe an inch or so away from having the wettest monsoon season on record. I think the one right now is over 13 inches, and I think it was in the 50s, if I remember correctly from yesterday. So it's just been awesome having all this rain, and riding our local mountain right now is just absolutely incredible. It's beautiful up there. Waterfalls, rain everywhere, and it's 26 miles of just awesome. So if you've never been to Tucson to train and you're gonna come here, bring your bike, ride Mount Lemmon, and it's fantastic. So let's take a look at those videos right now, and then on that we'll end the video. And again, if you guys have questions or comments or suggestions for videos, leave those below. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thanks guys, see you next time. Hey guys, I'm at the top of the climb here that I'm doing today, mile 14 on Mount Lemmon. And as you can see by how sweaty I am, it's incredibly humid again. We have had unbelievable rain. I'm going to show you around here on the mountain.